You know, I don't care how much healing I do, how much shadow I integrate, how many grounding breaths I take. I will never, you hear me, ever pass up the opportunity to publicly dissect a loud but clearly underdeveloped man who wanders into my comments armed with half remembered talking points and the intellectual stamina of a thought process that expires on impact. I don't care. I don't care. The seed of life. A phrase that's doing a lot of work for someone who skipped biology after middle school. And given that your education appears to have stopped evolving sometime around a frog diagram, let me break this down for you. First of all, no. Just no. Men do not carry the seed of life. That idea actually comes from a very old and disproven belief called preformationism, which was the medieval fantasy that a tiny, fully formed human lived inside of the sperm, and that women were just basically storage units. And now it's 2026, and those of us who have kept up with just even basic biology know better, including the fact that sperm cannot survive on its own for very long at all, let alone qualify as the seed of anything. Sperm is genetic material, not the seed of life. Life does not grow in sperm. It does not gestate there. It does not develop organs there. It does not survive there. A sperm cell without a womb, it dies quickly. A uterus without sperm is still a fully functioning, life-sustaining organ. So what men provide is contribution, not creation. The egg, however, provides the cytoplasm, the organelles, the mitochondria, which you can only inherit from your mother, by the way, and the cellular machinery that makes life possible at all. Sperm is more akin to fertilizer, like cow manure and dirty rotting compost. And fertilizer is useful, but it does not create anything on its own. You can have all the fertilizer in the world, and if there is no soil, no womb, no system designed to grow life, then nothing happens. It just sits there. Now, you said that no woman in history has ever given birth without sperm. And narrowly speaking, yes, for humans, that's true for now. But that fact does not mean that sperm is the seed of life. It means that human reproduction is cooperative, not hierarchical. So it means that two things are required. One of them builds and sustains the life. The other simply contributes information. And when we look at nature more broadly, the idea that life universally requires male contribution, well, it falls apart entirely, right? There are entire species, lizards, fish, sharks, and they reproduce through parthenogenesis. So no male sperm, but yet life is still created. So that means that life does not universally require men, but sperm universally requires a body that can do something with it. Sir, calling sperm the seed of life is mythology. Specifically, patriarchal mythology, which was created after men realized they needed a story where they were central to something that they couldn't physically even do. And before anyone gets emotional here, yes, fertilizer matters, but let's not confuse helpful input with source of existence. You hovering over someone for 10 minutes of push-ups does not turn compost into a creator.